Oh ye of the Agbado nations. Okay. Guys, let's be serious though. Welcome to this channel. This is GISTUBE TV, and we bring to you your daily dose of entertainment, everything interesting from celebrity gossip, lifestyle news, social event, happenings across the world, politics, music videos, just anything that your mind can conceive when it comes to entertainment and what YouTube as a channel can do. Just bring it to us. Look at us and you'll be blessed. Subscribe to this channel, guys. If you're yet to do that, click on the bell icon that is going to pop up after subscribing. That is what is the notification. That is what is going to notify you when we have new updates for you to view. I look forward to seeing you become a part of the community. And without further ado, I'm going to get right into the video of the day. But before I do, no, actually I've gotten to the video of the day. Let me just continue, but I want to say this first off. I was having a discussion with somebody recently. That was after I had already known I was going to do something concerning this man for this video. But I was talking with somebody about the political, situation in Nigeria. We are in an era, should I call it that, or in a period where tension is high, everybody's geared towards the forthcoming presidential election, the gubernatorial election everywhere in the country. And so we're talking about these presidential candidates that I'm going to be talking about in this video. And the person was like, do I know that all of these things is a script? Do I know that he has very strong PR teams, persons who tell him things to do? This is a man that would not go and give a speech unprepared. And this is social media era, and it seemed like Twitter, social media platforms as a whole, already has chosen their favorite, so to say, that everybody who has a Twitter account, or a lot of young Nigerians with a Twitter account, are supporting. It seemed like that. And so they need to do something that will get him to trend on social media, which is how and why you have yourself talking about a new shade of blue. There's the Bola blue everywhere. That is why you know that you're going to eat agbado. That is why we have the agbado nations, That is why there are new things that is why I will come and tell you that a dead fish cannot be sweet because it's already dead. You need a live fish and you're going to share it. Because these are the things you will remember. These are the things you will take away from his speech. Because he's already, at least according to what social media portrays and social media polls say, not the first contender, so to say. I don't know. I'm not in the inner circle, guys. Please note that everything I'm going to say in this video is not a reflection of my thoughts or of this channel as a whole. This is just what is on social media. And what I'm saying now is what a discussion a friend of mine, said to me. Something they said that this could be just like a ploy, because he says something like that. It's number one. Everybody's talking about him. And talking about him is what is important. In what light is not necessarily the most important. But are you talking about him? Is it in your mouth? Are you trying to create a skit around what he just said? Are you understand that? So it seems like that is the position they are coming from. I don't know, but that got me thinking like, maybe not. They already said you are not smart, so who knows? And they already take us for a ride a lot of times, so maybe. I don't know, but I just wanted to put that out there, and I want to hear from you. What do you think concerning that? Because somehow it's trending. Somehow, since he's declared his interest, he came out to tell you at first that, Emilokon. But I don't think that Emilokon was scripted. I think he was just talking out of frustration and agitation, and he saw things and power basically, sliding from him, and he just wanted to say out of there. I think that was it. And so they realized how much trendy that became, and they decided to say, let's run with that. I don't know if that is true, but that's just a school of thought. I want to hear from you. You already know what I'm talking about. If you don't know already, guy, leave this video. No, sorry, come back. Wait, let me help your life. I'm going to be talking about Tinubu, but Bola Tinubu, Ashiwaju Bola Tinubu, the Jagaban of Bogo Kingdom, the Ashiwaju of Lagos State. In this video, I'm going to tell you his life story. I'm going to tell you some things about Some other persons think his name is Amoda Ogunlere from Osun State, but he says is the son of Abibat Mogaji, the former Iyaloja of Lagos State. Bola Tinubu says he's from Lagos State, and according to affidavits, he was born in March of 1952. Although some records have it that he was born in 1954, others say he was born way before 1952 even. So we really don't know. There's a lot of controversy surrounding his date of birth. But we do know that he studied accounting at the Chicago State University. That much is in record, but according to that university, his date of birth is 1954. But Tinubu said, nah, you guys have it wrong, Chicago State University. I was born in 1952. And when he wanted to become governor, the thing that he tendered to the INEC, the Independent National Electoral Committee, back in 1998, said that he attended Government College Ibadan, but there is no record of him attending a Government College Ibadan, which is one of the reasons people say this man's way is not pure. We don't even know where your original birth certificate is. You're tendering affidavit to us, and we have to believe whatever it is that you say, because there is no original. There's nothing supporting that. But yeah, aside from that, this man has had a lot of controversies, since he became the chairman of godfatherism in politicking in Nigeria. As far as I'm concerned, when it comes to godfatherism, when it comes to politicking in Nigeria, he is one of the most talked about. And he's now the flag bearer under the platform of the All Progressive Congress, APC, in Nigeria for the forthcoming presidential election. I'm going to actually start talking about this man's political journey. He was in Chicago, was in the US for a couple of years. He held, he did corporate job, did accounting. He returned to Nigeria, became an executive at Mobil, that's Mobil Oil. And then he moved to politics in 1992. And that was him contesting as a senator. But he was declared the winner. But this man, Abacha, he came and was dictator there in 1993, and he cancelled that election. That was the one that they all unanimously said Mashood Abiola won. He cancelled that election, and also Tinubu's victory at the senatorial seat was also cancelled. You understand what I mean? And when that happened, he had to go into exile because he became a part of the coalition that rose against Abacha, saying, guy, no way. But he had to go into exile, and he didn't return until 1998 when Sani Abacha actually died. So when Sani Abacha died, he returned to Nigeria, he returned to the political scene, and under the platform of AD, Alliance for Democracy, because he was the sort of godson, or he was under the tutelage of Abraham Adesanya. So he was able to win the gubernatorial position, the gubernatorial election, gubernatorial seat in Lagos State, and it became, that was when we ushered in the Fourth Republic in Nigeria. And under the platform of AD, he became the governor of Lagos State, and he was there until the new 2003 election. Now, the next 4 years, he ran for second term in office and he won. So he was there until 2007 when he then handed over to Fashola. Do you understand that? Now, when 2007 happened and he was out of governorship seat, he went backstage, and he actually convinced Atiku Abubakar to run against this man, Obasanjo, who was the president that year. You understand? Because before then, Atiku and Obasanjo were already having issues. Put water is not, they were already having issues between them. So he convinced him to run for presidency under Action Congress. And so he did. And Tinubu himself wanted to be the vice president for Atiku Abubakar that year. But Atiku, blindsided him and took somebody from another political zone in Nigeria. You get? So that was how Tinubu did not become vice president. Even Atiku could never become president that year. They lost that election. Meanwhile, Buhari was already contesting under CPC. 2003, 2007, 2011, that man contested. That did not happen. So 2009, PDP was beginning to have problems. There was a new fraction in PDP. There was NDPDP. So NPDP, as Tinubu said, guys, let's form a coalition. So Action Congress, CPC, APGA, and NPDP, they wanted to form an opposition party. You understand? One that would be able to rival PDP. And it was Tinubu that was the backbone that said, guys, let's do this. And so we had ACN. Showing you understanding the story. So we had ACN in Nigeria. And Buhari, remember, he's been contesting prior. So 2014, Tinubu said, Buhari, come and be president under this party. This is our party now. You know, it was already under CPC, yeah? Come and become, and CPC already became ACN, became a part of ACN. So it was the flag bearer. Tinubu wanted to be vice president too for Buhari. So you understand that this was more from his own enrichment plan. You understand? They wanted to be vice president, but they prevailed upon him and said, let's put someone else. So he chose Yemi Osinbajo, who was the commissioner for justice in his own time. This is my right-hand man. This man is loyal to me. I already put somebody loyal to me in Lagos State. So I need someone else loyal to me in general, Nigeria now. So he chose Yemi Osinbajo. And so Yemi became the vice president, the running mate for Buhari. And they unsat, they lifted Goodluck Jonathan from seat as the president of Nigeria. And that entered Tinubu's political journey or dream of being a president of the nation. So yeah, Tinubu became one step closer to being the president of this nation. So when he comes and says Emilio Kon, it's because really, Okon, he have reached, by virtue of his mass. This is mathematics, by virtue of his math. And he's looked at it. They said that they do this presidential thingy geopolitically, like there's a zone, right? If you have Muslim, that's religion aspect. What of tradition herself? Why do we exclude these guys? But don't worry. Muslim or Christian or Christian Muslim, you have to also consider the other 6 geopolitical zones we have. The Southwest, the South. You know, we had Goodluck Jonathan. Jadra was there from the north. You know, they look at it like that. We had Southwest for the longest, and Obasanjo was there, and they had Atiku, that was Southwest, and then the North Central. So it felt like this is supposed to be Southwest turn again. You understand? To be president. And then he was going to take somebody from either the North or the Southeast to be the vice. Shoye, you get me? So that is how he has, you know, basically planned the whole journey. And I think the only thing that is stopping him now is this presidential election. I mean, it's not stopping him, it's an election. Let's see, the only thing that will decide, I think that's the word, what will decide if he will now become the president of the nation is the result of the forthcoming presidential election in Nigeria, which is that this is an interesting period in the nation. And that is why I want to tell you some other things about Bola Tinubu that is not just political related. I've spoken about his journey into politics, I've spoken about his education and the controversies that surrounds his birth, something like his birth date, his education. In fact, some other persons, like I mentioned, think is Amoda Ogunlere from Osun State, which is also what is going to take me into things that has to do with hard drugs and etc. Because that's also something that has come to plague this man now that he has announced that he wants to be president of the nation. A lot of persons have said, actually not a lot of persons, this is not hearsay, there are court documents to say that this man was probed back then when he was in the US, and that was because he had jobs, like I mentioned, he did corporate jobs actually in the US with proofs, but the US government actually did look into his journey because he was spending so much money, had so much money coming in for him that they had to, you know, do that. And in 1993, he had to forfeit some of his property, some money to a tune of several $100,000s back then because they were crime related, you know, drug and crime related. And guess what? Atiku Abubakar just said something. He said that when he was a customs officer, he actually did stop Tinubu from bringing that drug into the nation. Should you believe that? I don't know. I feel like that is just him feeding off was on social media because, you know, politically and campaign period, you're going out of your way to find something terrible to say about the other person. And because Atiku was in a customs officer, actually he was, and Tinubu already has this record, he might just be trying to play on us because both of them are business partners. In case you don't know, they are business, they do businesses together, even though they are contesting other different parties. Tinubu was the one that put Atiku and said, come against your principal back then, come and be president. So why do you think they are not friends? Benny, don't come around me whining yourself. They actually have, all of them have relations. You can't take that away from them. But yeah, Atiku Abubakar said that at the time when he was a custom officer, he actually did stop Tinubu from bringing in hard drugs into the nation. And you know, when the whole drug situation started trending on social media, that was when Nigerians started catching drug loads. I don't understand that part, but a lot of things has actually surrounded Tinubu's name that you just have to talk about them. And if you want to talk about him, you see that his story is not as smooth as you would have for some other politicians who you want to talk about their story. Say Atiku Abubakar, for instance, he does not have as much controversies or as much unclear things surrounding him as a person like Tinubu has, which is what some other persons are talking about. But regardless of all that, I'm sure that he has people who are hardcore fans who are going to actually press their hands and vote for him. Please note that this channel is not affiliated with any political party or any political person. We don't do that here. This is a free social forum. Thank you so much for understanding that. Anyways, yeah, that has happened for Tinubu. But when it comes to relationship, when it comes to marriage, Tinubu has different wives. According to history, he's been married. No, not like he's actually has Remi Tinubu as his official wife, but they say that he has other women that he was even married to before Remi Tinubu came into the picture. He has children with other women, some that he has claimed publicly, some that he's yet to claim. He actually lost one of his sons, Jide, a few years ago to an accident, and we pray that God rest his soul and give the Tinubu family the fortitude to bear that loss, because nobody, regardless of what you think about them, should lose, you know, a child of all things. That's really terrible. That's something that is terrible. And Tinubu has actually did go through a lot of things in his life. Regardless of how much controversy surrounds his age, you can't take it from the fact that Tinubu is well in his 70s. I mean, his physique tells that. So he must have seen things and losses and all of those things. And we just hope that God will help him, you know, recover all of those things. If that around, don't come for me in the comments. But yeah, I hope that happens for him, guys. I know that this video does not really summarize everything Tinubu is, and so if you want me to say some other things concerning Jagaban himself, if you want me to say some other things that I didn't touch on in this video, in the comment section, you can let me know that. I will be willing to delve more into the old Tinubu story. You know, while he was president, while he was governor, a lot of controversies also surrounded that. A lot of persons feel like he's the one collecting toll gate money. There's just a lot of things. So if you want me to delve into any part of his story that I really cannot do in this video, you can let me know. Don't worry, I'm here for you. I'm going to do my research and find out things and come and give you and have you watch it for your viewing pleasure. So keep it locked in this channel if you want something. I'm your go-to person. I'm going to bring it to your viewing pleasure. I'll see you in the next video though. Until then, take care of yourselves and bye.